right, welcome back to the range. Now, another news today, Brian Westbrook, the second all-time leading rusher in Philadelphia Eagles history and all-time leader in all-purpose yards, was cut today. He's had a series of concussions over the last 2 to 3 seasons, and the Eagles were not willing to keep him around and especially pay his cap hit. I think he was due about $6.5 million this year for the next season, and the Eagles were not really willing to take part in that. So, unfortunately for Brian Westbrook, he's done a lot for that Philadelphia Eagles team. I mean, we've had to see his ass so many damn times, but I honestly can say I'm kind of glad he's not with the Eagles anymore.
Well, for you, you should be glad he's not with the Eagles, because when he was on the field playing against them Cowboys, he was whooping their ass.
Nah, boy, stop.
So,
not really.
For you, you should be happy, but as far as Brian Westbrook, you know, it's kind of hard seeing a player that's been on a team his whole career and then at the very end of it just get cut. Like LaDaimon, he just didn't resign.
Yeah, Damon Smith said the same happened to him.
You know, so it's kind of bad to see a player get cut. So, I mean, I wish him the best. I'm pretty sure he won't. I would hope he wouldn't go to a division foe. You never know. He could follow Brian Dawkins, go out to Denver, you know. So, I mean, whatever he does, I just wish him the best.
Go ahead, Clint.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you know, for Brian Westbrook, not only, has he played with the Eagles his entire career and everything, but I mean, with all the concussions, that he had 2 just last year. So, what really it should be in his mind is, can he still play the game of football at a high level? And really and truly, what I heard today was he may be considering retirement, which would be a great thing for him to retire as an Eagle. Don't worry about playing with any other team. Just go ahead and retire as an Eagle. That'd be the best thing for you.
Yeah, I think it's great for him if he does that. As a player, I respect Brian Westbrook. I think he is one of the greatest, most versatile running backs that has ever played the game. And, a very key thing that he did was, he did a lot against my team, the Dallas Cowboys, was the screen game. One of the best screen running backs I had ever seen. And I think it's going down in history. But as a player, I think he, like Cleveland said, he needs to just pack up and leave. I don't think he doesn't have a strength. I think he can still play if he can, but if he needs to end on a good note, because concussions, you don't come back from those very often. And he's had 2 in the past year, at least 4 in his career, I think, maybe even.
Yeah, all it takes is pretty much 1 concussion, and he'll still keep lingering.
Yeah. So, hey, shout out to you, man. Just
to go along with other NFL news, another person that got released was Jamal Lewis.
Yeah.
He had one break. He had a real good season with the Browns, but as of course, his season ended in
really
December
quickly.
with an injury. So
Really quick.
hopefully he's able to recuperate and get back on his feet, and hopefully find him another team to play with. I think he still at least has another 2 or 3 good years, and he could be a Jerome Bettis for a team.
Yeah,
he can get inside that 20 and he can break tackles. He has a little bit of breakaway speed, but his break tackle ability will help him find another spot on another team.
Yeah, but then again, like at the beginning of the season, he was mulling saying that this could be it for him. He was mulling retirement himself. But hey, he's a big bruising back. I mean, any team that needs like a third down back or a back that can wear down the defense, and Jamal Lewis is that kind of back.
Yeah, I think it's good for him. I wish that I'll never forget the season when he played with the Baltimore Ravens and he had that breakout year. I wish that he would kind of go back to that mentality and that level that he had. But as age comes on, it's unfortunate to see. But I hope that maybe there's a team out there, maybe that needs like a leadership running back that doesn't have to play very much, like the Philadelphia Eagles, for instance. That would be a good spot for him, I think. It'd be good for him to have 1 more season. I think he has at least 2 or 3 years left in the tank.
About Jamal Lewis, like you said, remember that breakout year with Baltimore. But guys, we're getting to that point in time where we're what, 21, 23, 25, and whatnot. granted, we're at the time, where we're starting to see players that we grew up watching leave the game.
Mm.
It comes that time in everybody's life where people that we grew up watching, almost some of us idolizing, some of us want to be like this person, and they start leaving the game. This is about that time it happens, and it's really sad to see, especially for us, because we hold on to the memories that we've had of them. We talk, like we were talking about Emmitt Smith earlier. Like everybody remember when Emmitt Smith became the leading rusher, all-time leading rusher.
Yep.
Remember that, remember the play, remember the game, remember the moment. But now he's no longer playing. We saw that happen. We saw all of this happen. We talk about, Jerry Rice leaving the game. That was, for me watching that interview, very special to me watching that. Because as a kid, I did want to be like Jerry Rice, when I was growing up in Pee Wee football. But, but then we see players, like now, like LT, way back with the Chargers. We only knew him as a Charger. Jamal Lewis surprised me that he even went to the Cleveland Browns. At the same time, it doesn't surprise me because Cleveland sucks. So, that's about it, though. But this is a part where everybody starts go ahead and retiring and leaving now.
I'm good.
Well, let's go ahead to this one. Tony Kornheisser, I am very disappointed in you, man. I really hate to say it, but you called out Hannah Storm. Hannah Storm and her wardrobe choices that she had on the morning sports centers. Granted, I think at 50 she still looks good.
They look good.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a very sexy woman. But you don't call out another coworker's wardrobe, her choices because she wears like the sleeveless shirts and everything. Granted, you can't call her out on that. The girl made Sports Center look great. Now that is going live. Thank you for that. But the fact of the matter is, you can't sit here and tell me that you thought that was right. He apologized on his radio show last Friday, but at the same time, Tony, you fucked up. That's basically it. If this was any other person, say, Steve Phillips, got fired for messing with that one girl at ESPN, messing with the intern at ESPN.
Yeah, remember, he went to rehab for that.
Yeah, but he still got fired.
Exactly.
So let's not remember that. Only reason Kornheisser is still part of PTI is because he is an integral part. They can't have Dan Levitard on there every day.
They don't.
That would suck. I would be pissed. I would turn away from PTI. I love Wilbon and everything, but he has to be matched up with Kornheisser for that show to work.
Exactly. I think that they always have those different guys that come on there, but Wilbon and Kornheisser that make that show. They are the integral part.
Yeah, usually when people say things, sometimes they really don't think about what they say until they get caught, and then that's when you gotta say, "Oh man, I dropped the ball." It's like after they say it, and then after that, you just hope that things smooth out, and your show doesn't lose any ratings or viewers because of it, which I don't think it will. I love PTI.
Tony said that, when you're around the mic all the time, you're going to say something that's not appropriate, and
right.
That was just one of those times. Everybody makes jokes, but some people get more offended by jokes than other people. But, coworkers joke like that in any environment. So, I can understand why they would suspend him because he's a TV personality, but at the same time, you got to be open to how people interact with each other. Now, if she took real offense to it, then you discipline it. If she didn't, I think you just lighten up and just carry it on. But I commend him for apologizing, and Hannah Storm, yeah, you do look good, and shout out to Lisa Salters.
And speaking of shout outs, coming up with shout outs and thumbs down next here on The Range. Stay tuned.